Are we, the Jews, one people? Yes, we are. And this people includes everyone who defines himself Jewish, even if others don't. We are one people because of our common past, because of our common spiritual and cultural heritage, because of the way other people see us, and because of our feeling of a common destiny. We will continue to exist as one people as long as these four elements will continue to be more dominant than all other elements that separate between us, like countries of dwelling, languages, attitude towards religion, levels of commitment to universal values, customs, and ethnic traditions. We will continue to be the one and only Jewish people as long as we decide that this means a lot in our lives, in spite of the fact that the world is becoming more and more one big global village.
Are we one people? Were we ever one people? In the biblical legend of leaving Egypt, the Exodus, we were described as an Erev Rav, a mixed multitude. Maccabees battled Jewish Hellenists bitterly and violently. Maimonides' philosophy was burned by traditionalist rabbis. The Hasidic movement was excommunicated by the rabbinic establishment. And both the Misnagdim and the Hasidim rejected the Maskilim, the Enlighteners. A century ago, you had secular Hebrew Zionists battling secular Yiddish-speaking Jewish socialists. You can agree with Ecclesiastes that there is nothing new under the sun. Still, there is a question before that question. What does it mean to be a people? Is a people a closed circle of ethnic purity, a family tree with no breaks, no gaps, no cross-pollination, no transplants? Of course not. A people is a fluid community that defines itself. When our people began, they created unity out of many tribes by imagining a shared ancestor whom they called Father of Many, Avraham. If we claim to be a people when our nation began, how much more so can we claim it today with centuries of common history and language and literature and culture? What do you get when you cross a Canaanite alphabet with Aramaic letters? Hebrew. The Babylonian calendar with the Roman reclining feast? Passover. We may include some people that others would exclude. Counting noses is never an exact science. And we may have more in common with some of our people than we do with others. But they are all in our Jewish family, from heretic to Chassid and everything in between. As Yehuda Amichai concludes his marvelous poem, The Jews, once we sang, there is no God like ours, Ein Kelohenu. Now we sing, there is no God of ours, Ein Elohenu. But we sing. We still sing.
Okay. I realized when Rabbi Shalom asked me for the third time to send him a video clip answering the question, are the Jewish people one, that I might have more difficulty with the question itself than with being too busy or not wanting to deal with the technology. I realized when he asked me again that I really am annoyed when unity questions such as this are asked of the Jewish people. Not only do I find it annoying, but I think that they are harmful and counterproductive to the future of the Jewish people. Over the centuries, the Jews have been exposed to many diverse cultures, and I believe that this has led to innovation and change and adaptability, and that has strengthened the Jewish people and created a resilience in them that is not shared by others. So it's that adaptability that is our strength, not that we are one people. What if we asked ourselves different questions, like, what is your experience in being Jewish? Or describe how you connect to your Jewish identity. These questions open us up to different approaches of being Jewish. And it creates connections between human beings when you identify with an experience that someone else has had. It widens the tent and it strengthens the Jewish people. What I've discovered is certainly the Jewish people have a shared history, but it has many different interpretations of it.
Are we one people? No. Yes, sort of, and that's good for the Jews in two ways. First, diversity is our strength. If there's one thing we've learned throughout our 3,500-year history, it's that social conditions can turn on a dime. You never know which sort of Jewish life has just what it takes to survive in the new environment. The fact that we are a continuously evolving culture gives us the possibility of bringing forward our cultural treasures while creating new ones in new environments. More important, though, is that because Judaism exists for the sake of the Jewish people, not vice versa, diversity in Jewish life means that there's a Jewish home for every Jew. Nobody's left out. And we get to keep all the most creative and interesting people adding to our culture. So no, we're not exactly one people. Jews are not clones. But we are family. Crazy religious Tante Fruma, ultra jingoist cousin Ariel, social justice reform Uncle Michael, and our own secular selves.